Happy New Year to you and welcome to News Live on Viewer Television. I am Akioma Atuong. We'll begin with the headlines. President Muhammadu Buhari on Saturday morning addresses Nigerians as the new year begins. And bandits abduct 12 people in Kaduna community on New Year's Eve. And on the foreign scene, the Eiffel Tower lit up in blue as France takes over EU presidency. I'll begin with the president's speech as President Muhammadu Buhari on Saturday morning addressed Nigerians as the new year began. Buhari addressed the persistent insecurity in the country and praised the courage and resilience of citizens. The president also promised that the future will still be written in gold. President Buhari also said that the issue of security has remained at the front burner of priority areas that his administration has given utmost attention to, and that the government has invested heavily in re-equipping the military in line with upgrading the platforms and firepower required to tackle the current challenges being faced in the country. The president in his New Year message said his administration in 2022 would leverage on ICT platforms to create jobs and ensure that the diversification of the economy creates more support to other emerging sectors. Still on the president's speech, President Muhammadu Buhari has expressed concern over insecurity in the country, and this was contained in his 2022 New Year speech. According to the president, his regime is working with international partners and neighboring countries and they will deploy multifaceted solutions that will be targeted at addressing human security at the grassroots before it leads to insecurity. While commiserating with families who lost their loved ones, the president said Nigeria will continue to invest in the firepower needed to fight insecurity. Now to matters of insecurity, 12 persons, including 10 women, have been abducted by bandits who attacked Kewara village in Giwa local government area of Kaduna State in the wee hours of Friday, December the 30th. Newsmen reported that a youth leader in the community, Jamil Kewara, who confirmed the attack, said the bandits operated unchallenged. Kewara called on the state government to deploy security personnel in the area as he lamented the increase in the attacks. The Federal Capital Territory Minister, Mohammed Bello, has tested positive for COVID-19. In a statement by his Chief Press Secretary, Anthony Ogunleye, the minister had experienced some mild symptoms of sore throat, feverish feelings, and mild runny nose on December the 28th and went for a COVID-19 test. He added that the result returned positive in the early hours of Friday, December the 31st, 2021. The minister, who remains in high spirits, is isolating and receiving treatment at home and is currently doing fine. He said the medical personnel attending to him informed him that the case was mild because he had taken 2 shots of the COVID-19 vaccine. Bello, while appealing to those who are yet to get vaccinated against COVID-19 to do so, commended all medical personnel in the FCT and beyond for their frontline role in containment of the virus. And the Lagos chapter of the National Association of Nigerian Nurses and Midwives on Friday said it will commence a 3-day warning strike on Monday. The State Secretary of the Union, Oloruntoba Odumusu, in a statement, said the strike was necessary to compel the Lagos State government to act promptly on its demands. The warning strike is to compel the Lagos State government to act promptly on the following issues: acute shortage of nurses and midwives in health facilities, payment of retention allowances, proper consolidation of the CONHES salary structure, regularization of graduate nurses and stagnated nurses, improved welfare and working condition of nurses, improved hazard allowance, nurses' representation in relevant boards and policy making and life insurance scheme for nurses and other health workers. Odumosu added that the strike will be total and comprehensive with the exemption of the federal health institutions in the state. And the United Nations Children Emergency Fund decried the high rate of children's abductions violations, amongst others, in 2021. This was as the UN organization classified Nigeria, Somalia, Congo, Chad, Cameroon, and Niger as the countries with the highest cases of verified abductions. This was also a tally conducted by newsmen revealed that no fewer than 821 students were abducted in multiple schools attack across northern states. The tally also revealed that about 61 students still remain in captivity 199 days after their abduction. UNICEF, in its statement made available to newsmen, had said year after year, parties to conflict continue to demonstrate a dreadful disregard for the rights and well-being of children. The Navy Special Forces of the Nigerian Naval Base Onitsha, Anambra State, has raided a kidnapper's den in Ochan Forest, killing 10 suspects and arresting 5 others. According to the naval base, a number of suspects also escaped with bullet wounds during a gun battle in the forest. Ochan Forest borders Ogwaniyocha, Uli, and Ihiala communities in Anambra. Parading the suspects in Onitsha, the leader of the naval team, Suleiman Agabi, said the command, based on intelligence, stormed the kidnappers' hideout around 1:20 a.m. on Friday. Agabi said as soon as the suspect noticed the presence of the team, they opened fire, and during the gun duel, over 10 persons were killed, others escaped with bullet wounds, while 5 of them were arrested. Live ammunition, cartridges, guns, charms, amongst others, were reportedly recovered from the victim. When News Live returns, the Bauchi State Police Command has confirmed that no fewer than 10 houses were burned down by hoodlums following the violence that marred the 21st memorial anniversary of the leader and crusader Peter Gunto. Details of this and more come to you shortly after the break. To join us again.
Hi, my name is Joseph Adamu, a film editor and a graphics person with Viewers Television. I have been with Viewer Television for approximately 1 year now. My job daily is to gather footages and line them up to edit and give that final story, beautiful story which you see on your screen daily. After working with the producers and the directors, we sit and brainstorm on how to make those beautiful people you see on your TV screens appear and look really good. We have a system where the producer, after the show has been recorded, gives the cameraman and then ensures that the cameraman gets the footages to me. With my script and all of that, I sit down and begin to cut and join to produce the story. Okay, so my work relationship with my producers and cameramen. I'll say I have a healthy work relationship with majority of people I work with, because we're all humans. We tend to have one or two squabbles, but then differences aside, we always ensure that we're giving our best to make sure the program is a success. So we, yes, once in a while we have our little squabbles, but we have a very good working relationship, standing working relationship.
Welcome back, and if you're just joining us, this is News Live and View Television. A quick recap of our top stories. President Muhammadu Buhari on Saturday morning addresses Nigerians as the new year begins. Bandits abduct 12 people in Kaduna community on New Year's Eve. Plus, the Eiffel Tower lit up in blue as France takes over EU presidency. Now, the Bauchi State Police Command has confirmed that no fewer than 10 houses were burned down by hoodlums following the violence that marred the 21st memorial anniversary of the late leader and crusader of the Sayawa people of Bogoro and Tafawa Balewa local government areas of the state, Peter Gonto. Newsmen had earlier reported that the 2 days event, which began on Thursday, the 30th of December 2021, with a musical concert, was to end on Friday, December the 31st, 2021, with a memorial lecture and a book launch written in memory of Gonto. But the event turned violent as several houses in the venue of the event were destroyed and burned down. The police command, in a statement signed and made available to journalists by its public relations officer Ahmed Wakil, a superintendent of police, on Friday night, said several vehicles, chairs and many other valuables were destroyed by the hoodlums, saying that the commissioner of police in the state, Umar Sanda, had ordered for immediate manhunt of the perpetrators of the act and bring them to book. Meanwhile, President Muhammadu Buhari in Abuja urged the Inspector General of Police, Usman Baba, to use the opportunity of the Nigeria's new position at the International Criminal Police Organization, popularly called Interpol, to confront the security challenges facing the nation. Special Advisor to the President on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, disclosed this in a statement titled, "Use our new position at Interpol to confront our challenges." President Buhari urges Inspector General of Police. Buhari spoke at the State House when he received in audience the Minister of Police Affairs, Mohammed Dingyadi, who came to present him the newly elected Vice President Africa and Executive Committee member of Interpol, Assistant Inspector General of Police, Garba Umar. The Kaduna State Governor, Nasir El-Rufai, has ordered the closure of 2 Islamia schools indefinitely following an alleged rape of a 6-year-old girl and the impregnating of a 12-year-old girl. The school is located at Rigasa in the Gabi local government area of the state, where the 6-year-old girl was raped, while the second school is located in Kachia local government area, where a 12-year-old girl was allegedly impregnated by a 50-year-old teacher. The overseer of the Kaduna State Schools Quality Assurance Authority, Idris Aliyu, disclosed this in Kaduna on Friday. Aliyu said the governor directed that the 2 Islamic schools be closed for proper investigation and the prosecution of perpetrators of the 2 unfortunate incidents. According to the overseer, the QSSQA, the 6-year-old girl, was violated within the school premises located in Rigasa area of the state, and the school authority covered it up and claimed ignorance of the incident. Meanwhile, no fewer than 8 persons have reportedly died in a boat accident in Bayelsa State. The tragic incident was said to have happened while they were traveling from Ogbonibiri to Amasoma in southern Ijo local government area of the state. Newsmen gathered that the victims included a pastor and a sick woman who was being rushed to a health center. The state chairman of the Maritime Workers Union of Nigeria, Ogoniba Ipigansi, who confirmed the incident, he also said the incident occurred as a result of the collision of 2 boats that were traveling in opposite directions around Ogbonibiri, Amasoma axis of the southern Ijo local government area. According to him, the collision caused the boats to capsize and resulted in the death of 8 out of 9 passengers in the boat. He said that 2 of the 8 corpses were found on Friday morning and search boats had been deployed to recover the remaining casualties. Now, Governor Darius Ishaku has appreciated members of the State House of Assembly and the judiciary for standing by his administration. The governor was speaking at a critical stakeholders meeting at the Government Lodge in Takum local government area. The report.
Darius Ishaku also thanked members of the State Executive Council and all Tarabans for the support they are rendering him. Governor Darius Ishaku saluted security operatives for working hard to maintain peace in the state and promised to assist them to carry out the tasks ahead of them. The governor explained that there is every need to equip security operatives for optimal performance. He again appealed to traditional rulers not to allow criminals or unknown persons to stay in their domain.
I want to thank the security agencies. I want to say I deeply appreciate all of you. You are out there for us to sleep inside. A lot of people don't know. And I'll do whatever possible under my leadership to assist you to excel.
Governor Darius Ishaku charged leadership of Khan and Muslim Council to live to their billing of maintaining peace, which they are known for since the inception of his administration. The governor said his administration is open to constructive criticism, calling on Tarabans to give useful advice that would assist him to do more for the people. Some of the critical stakeholders who paid their Christmas homage to the governor are leadership of the State House of Assembly, judiciary, commissioners, head of service, traditional rulers, security heads, PDP, Algon, Khan, Muslim Council, and others.
Your Excellency, I'm here to thank you for the good work you are doing to the people of Taraba State, especially and particularly the Taraba State House of Assembly. Were it not to be so, Your Excellency, the record we've had in the Assembly wouldn't have been possible.
We want to appreciate you and thank God for you, Your Excellency, and your administration for all the ongoing projects and the ones completed. We cannot name them one after the other because they are too numerous to be mentioned. Your Excellency, we want to thank you especially for the security you have put together and all the security chiefs you have been working together with to make sure the lives and properties are secured, which is the primary responsibility of every sensible government.
I have come out outrightly to warn everybody that Taraba is a good place. We are working hard and we are entitled to peace, and nobody has the right to disturb our peace. We are going to keep to that, and I'm so proud and happy today. Upon that statement, my eldest son, the governor, has come out with every confidence and provided the security services with the wherewithal to carry out the wishes of his father. I am very grateful.
High point of the ceremony was the usual presentation of Christmas kola nut to the stakeholders. Linda Guana, Viewer TV News, Jalingo.
Still in Taraba State, Governor Darius Ishaku has assured the people of the state that his administration will resolve to complete the 5 million litre water reservoir in Jalingo. The governor was speaking when he led some bishops of the Anglican Church of Nigeria to the site of the project at Jalingo. The report.
Darius Ishaku said when completed, the project will boost tourism as well improve internal generated revenue for the state. Governor Ishaku stated that the project is going to be one of its kind since it is situated on the mountain, called on people of Jalingo to support the project.
I am satisfied. You can see the quality of the job. You can see very well done concrete. Finishing, and this concrete, we're not plastering it. As you see, that is how we paint on it, because everything has been done as it should be done. Very well done, well finished. I'm satisfied so far, so good, no problem.
Commenting, Bishop of the Anglican Diocese of Kaduna, Timothy Yahaya, described the project as a masterpiece. He said the magnificent edifice is an eye-opener for Nigerians and Africa in general. The bishop thanked Governor Darius Ishaku for initiating the project despite scarcity of funds.
This is not only a signature building in Taraba, I think it's a signature building in Africa, because I have traveled, at least in my little capacity. I have seen waterworks elsewhere. When I came into this city, I have been giraffing on this building from afar. How can you describe this engineering piece? This is spectacular. This is unique. This is mind-blowing. I tell you, it is more than a tourist attraction. It is a language that is speaking from Africa to the world. And I believe that other nations will come and learn from here. Over 5 million liters of water. This is humongous.
Yahaya praised God to provide funds to Governor Darius Ishaku to complete the project. The water scheme is another effort by the leadership of Governor Darius Ishaku to provide uninterrupted water supply to Jalingo, the state capital, and its environs. When completed, the 5 million liter water storage facility is expected to serve the people for the next 35 years. Linda Wana, Viewer TV News, Jalingo.
And on business news, the federal government has said about 80% of agro products from Nigeria that are intercepted and seized by the European Union member nations are exported illegally. It explained that most of the products were prohibited for exports by the government, adding that people illegally move the items out of the country without clearance by the Nigeria Agricultural Quarantine Service. The NAQS is a regulatory agency under the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development that harmonizes plants, veterinary and aquatic resources quarantine in Nigeria. It promotes and regulates sanitary measures in connection with the import and export of agricultural products with a view to minimizing the risk of agricultural economy, food safety, and the environment. The Director General, NAQS, Vincent Isegbe, explained that the interception of agricultural exports from Nigeria by the EU countries was basically due to the absence of the quarantine service in most Nigerian borders. Now, the relaxation of travel restrictions occasioned by the COVID-19 pandemic had an increased economic activities during the year drove recovery in the aviation sector in the first 9 months of 2021. Airlines and other allied companies contribute the most to aviation sector. Between January and September this year, output in the aviation sector rose from 146.6 billion naira from 114.2 billion naira recorded in the corresponding period of 2020. This shows an increase of 32.2 billion naira in the sector's contributions to the country's gross domestic product during the period under review. According to the National Bureau of Statistics, aviation or air transport is one of the subsectors under the transport and storage sector. Road transport, rail transport, water transport, transport services, and post and courier services are the remaining 5. Now, the Center for Promotion of Private Enterprise and Economic think tank has said the monetary and foreign exchange policy rigidities of the federal government may disrupt the economic growth of the nation in 2022. The Central Bank of Nigeria is responsible for monetary and forex policy in the country. The center made this known in its 2022 Economic Outlook report, a copy of which was obtained by a newsman. According to the organization, there is no indication that the nation will shift from its current monetary and foreign exchange policy, and this may hamper economic growth in 2022. The center said monetary and foreign exchange policy rigidities may also pose a risk to the growth outlook, as there are no indications of any significant shift in monetary and foreign exchange policy stance in the near term. According to the private sector body, while the economic outlook for the Nigerian economy in 2022 is largely positive, with gross domestic product growth to remain at a fragile 3%, the problem of insecurity will impact significantly on the economy. Korean's leader Kim Jong-un gave a speech at the end of a key ruling party meeting in Pyongyang. A fourth plenary meeting of the 8th Central Committee of the Workers' Party of Korea concluded as Kim laid out plans for the coming year. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un vowed to further bolster the military capability, maintain antivirus measures, and push hard to improve the economy during a speech at a political conference this week, state media reported on Saturday. A state media report on Kim's speech at the 5-day plenary meeting of the ruling Workers' Party didn't carry any specific comments on dealings with the United States and South Korea. Some experts say this implies that Kim has no interest in resuming talks with Washington and Seoul anytime soon and would rather keep his country's borders closed while seeking a stronger self-reliant economy to overcome pandemic-related difficulties.
보강하는 사업을 강력하게 추진할 때 대한 과업들이 상세히 언급되었음을 개선하는 사업을 심화시키며 경제 활동을 정규화, 규범화에
Now, as daily coronavirus infections hit in India new highs, hospitals admissions across the country are surging once again due to the new Omicron variant and the persisting reluctance among some to get vaccinated. At Rome's COVID hospital, the situation has been serious for about a month. Almost 3/4 of the hospital's COVID patients are unvaccinated, and some resist intubation when taken to the intensive care unit. The majority of patients in intensive care are elderly, but younger people also fill up beds because they have to be constantly and precisely monitored to see if they need to be ventilated. Throughout Italy, hospitals are seeing a similar phenomenon.
Un po' insomma una gran paura e quindi a noi ci terrorizzava, anche perché mia moglie è monorene, diabetica, con tanti altri fattori.
And France takes over the rotating presidency of the European Union on Saturday, affording President Emmanuel Macron the chance to pose as the EU's de facto leader in the run-up to national elections in April. The 44-year-old has never made any secret of his ambitions to be the motor for further European integration, serving over the last 4 years as a dynamic sidekick to the more steady German Chancellor Angela Merkel in Europe's power couple. With Merkel now retired and the timely gift of rotating presidency of the EU Council from January 1, Macron has announced an ambitious agenda for the 27-member bloc that could also serve his domestic campaign for re-election. The centrist, who made his Europhile views a key part of his political campaign when winning the presidency in 2017, is hoping that it will again serve him in elections scheduled for April the 10th and 24th. Now, a powerful storm system bringing heavy snowfall was blowing into Colorado a day after devastating wildfires fueled by hurricane force winds destroyed hundreds of homes and forced tens of thousands to flee. Up to a foot of snow is expected in some parts of the state, a blizzard that should help to extinguish the fires but could also present a new life-threatening challenge to travel in some areas. At least 33,000 people in the towns of Superior and Louisville were forced to find shelter on Thursday as flames tore through areas by a historic drought. Authorities estimated that close to 600 homes had been lost. Smoke was still rising from several parts of Superior after wind gusts ignited fires in several discrete spots, sometimes leaving blackened homes next to intact residences still with decorated Christmas lights. And that's all on News Live. But before we go, a quick recap of the headlines. President Muhammadu Buhari on Saturday morning addresses Nigerians as the new year begins. And bandits abduct 12 people in Kaduna community on New Year's Eve. And the Eiffel Tower lit up in blue as France takes over EU presidency. Many thanks for watching. I am Akioma Atom. Please stay tuned for the rest of our programs.